My daddy is actually from Chicago, but he is half Haitian and half American. And my mama was fully Moroccan. And my father moved to Berlin when I think he was about in his late 20s, because in Europe they had a better appreciation for his kind of music. It wasn't so corporate. It wasn't so much about capitalizing and capitalism. It was more about just creating something beautiful. And my mother left Morocco to go to school in Paris, because I'm sure it was easier for women in Paris as well at the time. But she was very, very hardworking and like fierce. Fierce is a lame word, but you know, you get the gist. And she'd married once to a German guy out of college, and that didn't work out, so they met during a show. I went to an international school. I was born in Berlin, Germany. I went to a school called the Nelson Mandela International School in Berlin, which consisted of artists' kids, you know, musicians' kids really, ambassadors' kids, military kids, whoever was traveling. The parents that were traveling all over the world sent their kids to our school. So we'd have new kids all the time, and kids would leave all the time. But we had kids from all over the world. We had kids from Sudan, we had kids from Japan, we had kids from India, from parts of Europe, New Zealand, Poland. We had kids from Czechoslovakia. We had kids from everywhere, in the entire world, all across the entire world, from Cuba. My mother passed away when I was 6. So a lot of her culture, like Moroccan culture, I missed out on because she wasn't able to teach me a lot of it. My grandfather passed away before we died. My dad is before I was born. And my dad is a little bit Americanized. But he also, all of his musician friends from all over the world, right? From Ghana, and they all be in my kitchen. Or filmmakers, or painters, or whatever they did for a living. They're all grown-ups who were artists, professional artists. Struggling, but professional artists. And some not struggling, actually. My dad did pretty well. But I don't affiliate myself. I've been traveling since I was a child, since I was a kid. Because once my mom died, my dad was a traveling musician, and he was a single dad. We were 6 years old. And so we were with babysitters every now and then, but a lot of times we had to go on the road with my dad. Wherever my dad went, me and my brother usually went, a lot of the time. So he didn't always get us the Jordans. I wasn't like that cool kid that was all swagged out, but he gave us insight. He gave us we got to see things. You know what I mean? We got to see things. He gave us memories. He gave us exposure. So culture is, to me, I've realized that all across the entire world, I never was conscious that people were different. I never was conscious of that because I was raised in so many different environments. I never consciously thought them and me. I just adapted. Wherever I was at, I made friends. Or I didn't make friends. And there were people that I didn't like, and there were people that I liked. And kind of took a little bit from everything I was exposed to, but never thought of it as I'm taking from this culture to be artsy and take. It was like, all right, I like the way they do that, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? Or I like the way they do that, I'm gonna do that. I realized as I got older into my teen years, that human beings are very similar. Extraordinarily similar, a lot more similar than we think. We might dress different, and we might speak different languages, and we might, whatever, I don't know, have different cultures or laws or rules, but we're the same. And every place I've met somebody else I've met somebody that reminds me of someone somewhere else. You know what I mean? So my affiliation with culture is just humanity, just humans. And I think we take from each other anyway. We don't like to admit it, but we inherit each other's cultures all the time. Everyone does. You pull from everything that everyone does, you know? We like to pride ourselves in being, this is where I'm from, and very nationalistic, or whatever, is that the word, nationalist, and this is who I am, and well, over here, we do it like this. When really, you kind of do things that people do in Europe, in America. You know what I mean? And in different parts of America, right? Same thing with Canada, same thing with Asia. We're all one pack, one thing. I'm not a very political person. I'm an artist. I just know how to express the things, like I said, that I intake, the things that are around me. You know, I'm a reflection of what's happening. And it's not always preachy. It's not like consciously positive, because that's not real, right? Like, it's true though. You know what I mean? It's how I feel. It's my interpretation of whatever's happening. Sometimes it's dark. Sometimes it's heavy. Sometimes it's sad. Sometimes it's light and fun and funny. My vision for the future of, I don't like to say Bibi Bourelly because I'm one person. Like, you know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, I only matter if I am with everyone else, right? If it's all of us. Like, my own individual life story in the grand scheme of fucking things, when you look 100 years into time, 100 years into the future, doesn't matter. No one cares about the little credits that you get and your little success. Like, no one really cares. You know what I mean? Like, they care for the time being. But my vision for the future of us, of like my generation, our generation, and the future generations is freedom. And what I mean by freedom is like ultimate freedom, right? I want to help inspire people. I want to help convince people that they're capable of anything. Because when a human being and an individual has the knowledge that they can do anything that they want, anything they want, whatever you want to do, you can do it. That's good things and bad things. They begin to form their own individual thoughts, and they begin to do things that are constructive almost, that play roles in society that help, right? I don't want people to be stagnant. I don't want people to be chasing their own tail, running around in circles. I don't want that for the world, you know what I mean? I want us to grow, you know what I mean? In whichever way we can. That doesn't mean that it's all prissy and cute and preachy and like fucking flowers, right? Growth is fierce and growth is fighting and etc. But that's what I want that's why I'm here. That's why I make music. Because I want to inspire people to become themselves. I think we constantly battle. I constantly personally battle with my spirit because, my spirit, right? My spirit, whatever that means, whatever that is, right? That's what writes the songs. And that's sometimes what talks for me, right? My brain is saying, oh my God, maybe you shouldn't have said that. Oh my God, are you sure you want to go there? Are you sure you want to wear that? That's my brain, right? My spirit is the thing that overcomes that and says, yeah, man, bitch, like, just do it, right? Just say it. I think all of our spirits, like at its core, all of us are free. Like, I think that, yeah, just free and pure and forever. It's eternal. There's nothing that can defeat me. Maybe my symbol is just blank. Take like a white piece of paper, just whatever I feel like it being that day. You know what I mean? Just space. My symbol is space. I'm just eternal space. Oh, that was preachy. Like you.